It's a staple of kids' cartoons and early morning news programs to feature an animal stuck in a tree, on a roof, or something else every now and then. Somehow, we're always left wondering how exactly did they get there? While we may never know just how they've gotten into their predicaments, it's up to us, the species blessed with an advanced brain and opposable thumbs, to help them get out of it. Not so long ago, a few Russian sailors encountered an animal in what seemed like a real compromising position that left them scratching their heads. As bizarre as the scene was, they knew they had to do something, fast. For as nimble and dexterous as our pets can be, they manage to get stuck in unfortunate places an awful lot. Cats seem to end up victims of their endless curiosities, while dogs tend to follow their noses right into the heart of disaster. Luckily for our pets, when they get stuck, they have human guardians ready to send rescue workers to their rescue. Sometimes, though, animals can get themselves stuck in situations so precarious you need more than a cherry picker to spring them free. Take this dog, for instance. How did he get out in open Siberian water on a small little ice floe? Like the number of licks it takes to get to the center of a lollipop, the world may never know. One thing was for certain, he was definitely going to need a little help. Luckily for the pooch, a Russian fishing vessel spotted him in waters near Port Magadan in Siberia. The dog barked once at the vessel, and the Russians communicated briefly. They knew the stakes. If they didn't rescue this little guy sooner than later, his chances of survival would be bleak at best. Risking his own life, one of the fishermen jumped straight into the frigid Siberian water. In the dead of winter, waters can reach temperatures as low as -11 degrees Fahrenheit. The fact that the fisherman was able to even function in the water was impressive in and of itself. Of course, bringing the dog into the water wouldn't bode well for the terrified pooch, so the fisherman had to work with the ice floe itself. Tethered to the ship and guided by his colleagues, the fisherman pulled the ice floe, dog included, toward the ship. But how would he get the dog on board? Finally, the fisherman reached a ladder on the side of the ship, and he guided the floe to the side of the ship's hull. Look closely and you can see icicles hanging from the dog's snout. It appeared that the rescue arrived just in time. From the ladder, the fisherman attached a harness to the terrified pooch and pulled the line taut. Either terrified or frozen in place, the dog didn't seem to respond well to the harness at first, and he gripped the icy floe tighter. Eventually, with a little help from the sailors on deck, the heroic fisherman who braved the frigid waters guided the dog off the floe and onto the deck. Finally, the dog was able to set his paws on something other than a frozen block of ice. When the dog finally made it up to the ship's deck, he was greeted by a welcoming committee, including a few special friends. His excitement was enough to warm anyone's heart, even during a Siberian winter.